In my home state, which is Washington, there are two ways to become a foster parent. You can work directly with the state agency that's responsible for foster care. In Washington, it's called DCYF, which is the Division of Children, Youth, and Families. That's how my wife Keely and I became foster parents for the first time. We just Googled until we found the list of paperwork that was required and printed it off and filled it out, and then Googled again to find when the next class for new foster parents was, and we were off and running. Plenty of people do it that way, and you can certainly become a foster parent like that, but it's a little like traveling in a foreign country where you don't know the language. You can do it, but most people would prefer to have a guide. There's a lot of quirks and oddities and funny terms in the foster care system, and not everybody wants to figure all that stuff out on their own. Hence, the second way to become a foster parent, and that is with a private agency. The technical name is a child placement agency, or a CPA, but almost nobody except industry insiders calls it that. Most people just call it a private foster care agency. And there's a few good ones in our state. Skookum Kids is one that you might know, but there's a bunch. These private agencies are designed to help people make their way through the licensing process, make sure that they're prepared for the challenge of being a foster parent, and then to facilitate placement of the right children in their homes. By the right children, I mean children that will thrive in that home given the existing family dynamics. Now that's going to mean something a little different for every family. So the core skill of a private foster care agency is getting to know you and what you're like, what you're good at, and what kinds of children you're going to do a great job taking care of. A key difference between these two approaches is that at the state, social workers are generally assigned to kids, so that as a child moves through the child welfare system, their social worker follows them, providing some stability to the case, continuity, and at a private agency, social workers generally follow foster homes. So, you work with a private agency and you meet your person, your social worker, and that is the person who acts as kind of like your guide to the foster care world, making sure that you're prepared for what's upcoming and making sure you're in a position to be successful. A private agency's job is to know you and to watch your back and, of course, to translate all the acronyms for you. Like children and families, private agencies come in all different shapes and sizes. Some agencies cover a particular portion of the state, and some agencies specialize in a particular kind of child. Other agencies specialize in a particular type of foster home. And then there are agencies that are kind of like generalists. They do a little bit of all those things. Skookum Kids is more of a generalist agency. We care for children of all ages, support homes of all types and configurations, and work on all kinds of different cases. And insofar as we have any differentiating features, it's these. So first, we are a reunification-focused agency. That means everything we do is oriented toward the goal of helping parents get safe, healthy, clean, and sober so that they can reunite their family back under one roof once again. We do this by encouraging a relationship between the foster family and the bio family while children are in foster care. It often starts as simple and modest as, just a notebook that gets passed back and forth between the two families, in which they can kind of share about their lives and, information about the children. And then eventually someone will share a phone number, and that notebook passed back and forth becomes a text chain with pictures of kids and reports about school projects. And then the FaceTime sessions begin, and before you know it, the two families are doing weekly cookouts together. The objective is to make reunification seem inevitable, like as if it was always going to work out all along. And that's when it gets really fun, for the two families to stay connected and a part of one another's lives after the formal foster care experience is over. So I don't know, I guess maybe that's two distinctives. Reunification focused and interested in building relationships that outlast foster care itself. We also have a specialization, I guess you'd call it, with supporting non-traditional foster families. By non-traditional families, I mean families who are outside the most likely demographics for foster care. Most foster homes are upper middle class, heterosexual, white couples with school-age children. And those folks do a great job as foster parents, but they're a really long way from the only types of family that make good foster parents. LGBTQ families, absolutely. Come on. Single parent foster homes, definitely. Younger families, even unmarried roommates who have never raised children before. Come on in. We'll teach you everything you need to know. Empty nesters, the grandma, grandpa types who, they've raised kids and they've got a lot of extra bedrooms in their house. Perfect. We've got room for you. If you care about kids but have never considered fostering because you didn't think it quite fit, we might be the right agency for you. Because all these family configurations can be a great place for kids to spend 6 to 24 months while their parents get safe, healthy, clean, and sober. So if you want to explore more about foster care and how it might suit your family, visit skookumkids.org/fostercare. We can't wait to chat about it.